Pod leader.
Working models who are working.
Captions crunch.
Pod leader.
Conspiracy theory. Top model Matt.
Pod leader.
That's not very elder.
Pod leader.
So nice to wear.
I guess. Hey, and welcome to Pod Leader. That's Top Model Podcast spelled backwards. I'm Alexander Price, and whoop-de-doo, that's not something I'm looking forward to.
I'm Hannah Jane Ginsburg, and he knows a secret.
Damn it, Hannah. Okay. I'm JW Crump, and can you cut corners? Because Hannah took mine. Oh.
Sorry.
We're, of course, talking about Cycle 12, Episode 9, The Amazing Model Race. Or, I've got two of them. Or, The Girl Who Hates Running.
Sure.
Or, The Girls Who Meet the Girl from Ipanema.
Oh, I like that one. A double girls, which we don't normally get.
Double.
Oh, and you know what you can double? The amount of your pledge on Anchor.fm. Best whatever. No. You can be a part of the Lead'em Pod by going to anchor.fm/podleadem. Once again, that's anchor.fm/podleadem, or click it in any of the show notes. And today for the Lead'em Pod, we have two new sponsors, double, because it's Katie and Aaron, both top model names too. Katie and Aaron, thank you so much for donating to help this show just grow. Just grow.
We need to build those coffers back up after some ice cream.
Remember when Pod Lead'em had a savings account? Some ice cream doesn't. Thank you so much, Katie and Aaron. And again, anyone can sponsor us by going to anchor.fm/podleadem. And at the time of this recording, we have the most sponsors we've ever had. And it's it's heartwarming that y'all love this enough that you want to give money. But as always, we're not going to put anything behind a paywall, so anyone can just enjoy for free.
Dispatches from previously on.
Boom.
The models played creative director. This feels like a read of Mr. J.
Love it.
And then there isn't a ton that's notable, but we have a new farewell phrase. She packed her bags for home.
Ooh.
This is because Tyra didn't know where London went.
Was it confusing because her name is a city?
I also had that thought. Or also, London didn't actually leave because everyone else is going to Brazil. They're like, yeah, you could stay.
Yeah.
So she packed her bags, but she's still there.
Yeah. The house is empty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds empty because the creaking scaffolding sound effect that we get into a drum.
Yeah. They're making a lot of choices for this. I love the energy of Faux filing her nails on the bus ride home with one of those giant ones, those giant thick boys.
I also love the energy of the editors pairing Tiana saying a couple of people are sipping on their haterade lately with a shot of Celia sipping from a water bottle.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I call some editor shenanigans because I think that Tiana was actually talking about Faux.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
But they only cut.
They had that sipping shot and they were like, we have to.
Well, and I agree with that aesthetically, but they also cut to Allison and Natalie. And I'm like, I don't think in this moment that was what that was.
No. This starts Tiana as one of two new narrators.
Yeah, she's not bad at it either.
This is the most we've ever seen her talk.
Tiana is like raring to go. Tiana is working at a faster pace than this show, I feel like, in some ways. So she's like, let's go. Let's get there. Let's do the challenge. I'm going to do the photo shoot. Make it to next week. Like, she's just so focused that she wants to go faster than the pacing of the competition.
She's got a little server lunch rush energy.
Yes.
In the weeds a little all the time.
Everything's good? You want your check now? Here's your check. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
This is the cleanest we have ever left a house.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
My house.
I love Amina saying, I get to wear my beach dress.
Can you imagine all the scenarios that Celia had to plan for when she didn't know what the international destination was going to be? There's a whole suitcase full of like cute Eastern European wear that just got burned.
No, it was all left on the floor. We saw it.
That's true. Don't need this.
Bobbleheads that don't bobble.
Will they ever bobble again?
There were no bobbles in those heads. Devastating.
Nor was anyone facing backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Only forward and sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Amina says she's turned over a new leaf and got a second chance. I don't think she has turned over a new leaf.
I did something that was fun for me, and I realized I don't know where that idiom comes from. And so I looked it up real quick. In the 16th century, pages in books were referred to as leaves. I didn't know that. So turning over a new leaf meant turning over a blank page.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Amina's done that.
No.
I thought it had to do with like the fall leaves changing or something.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we land in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Home to waterfalls, beaches, butts, hotels, and a bridge.
Mm-hmm. It is the land of butts, if the stock footage is to be believed.
And we meet Fernanda Mota, a top model and host of Brazil's Next Top Model.
Brazil's, which the clip we see is important for two reasons. One, the judge beside of her can absolutely get it.
I knew you were going to say that.
And two, it's the closest I feel like a set to an international top model has looked to one that looks like an America's Next Top Model. There was a very one-to-one kind of comparison here visually.
Brazil's Next Top Model only showed for 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
She hosted all 3. And then they tried to make a new show called Top Model O Reality, but that only lasted 1 season.
Mm. This was during that boom where every 120 countries either got America's Next Top Model or got their own version. And so few of them lasted that long. But yet there are also some like Germany's that are still going on. So
Fernanda Mota also lived in New York and had to move back to Brazil to film.
Was she just on the plane with them?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All these women, by the way, hated the fact that they had to be in New York in the winter.
So much.
Oh, Natalie was done.
So they are told a very confusing set of instructions that is made more confounding by Foe's interpretation of it, which is maybe not incorrect, but also was not explained well.
Here's the problem, is that not only was this explained poorly, but also they're thematically basing it on a story, and also the way that the story is presented, you can't tell if it's true or a myth or like what this is, right? If you don't do the research yourself about the girl from Ipanema, it's not clear what this is. And for a while, I feel like they think that Fernanda is her. Like, I truly think some of them think that's what is happening.
Uh-huh. So they first have to go to the girl from Ipanema's favorite flower shop. And then Foe says, got it, favorite flower.
Yeah, which is what it is.
It is, but it's a Tyra 2 word. She didn't hear the third one.
Yeah. And also, I think some of them, again, Foe, think that the flower shop owner is the girl.
Which would also make sense.
Yeah.
This whole thing makes even less sense when you do the tiniest bit of research and discover that she was from Rio de Janeiro, not Sao Paulo.
Everything in Brazil is about Rio de Janeiro and not Sao Paulo.
No.
I
It's
don't know
the
why
fashion capital of Brazil, Alexander.
Did
what
you
are you
know?
talking about? No, if you're going to evoke The Amazing Race, I've watched a lot of The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All of us, I think, have, right? Yeah.
I haven't watched the most recent, 2 seasons, I think, because I will confess, I'm not going to pay for CBS All Access. But people sitting around in taxi cabs getting frustrated is very much the vibe of Amazing Race.
Yes,
for sure. But they explain a challenge better than this. There are cards and steps people put a lot of time into making.
Wait, you mean not just heading to Florencia Flower Shop, which isn't even spelled right? I looked it up. It's Fortaleza Flores, and production spelled Fortaleza Flores Shop, and adds that shop. It's not even spelled right.
Fantastic all around. The editors accidentally let us learn something about Tiana.
Whoops.
By letting Amina call her a track star. Neat. Would be interesting to have any of that backstory.
Or conspiracy theory. That's Amina being shady after the fact.
But we saw Amina say it.
Hmm?
Amina came back in to record more lines. It's just so funny that they won't let her have personality.
No.
It's so funny. I would have loved if for this, when they pick up the flower, it's the Birds of Paradise flower. I would have loved if there was that picture of Ebony from when she was the Bird of Paradise flower.
Okay. Question. I have a question for both of you. And maybe a fun game for listeners at home.
Ooh.
Birds of Paradise is so named because it looks like a bird.
Sure.
Do you know how it looks like a bird?
I assume the colorfulness and the toucan-esque color scheme.
So if you look at it, because it has the long leaf part and then 2 flowers out of it.
Uh-huh.
Growing up, I always thought Bird of Paradise was that was the beak and the things on feathers on its head.
Okay.
It's actually the wings as it eats nectar.
Oh.
If you type in Bird of Paradise, go and look at the pictures people have done of what this bird would have looked like if it was the way everyone
if it was
thinks,
real.
Yeah, if everyone thinks it would be. It's a fun little game at home.
That's amazing.
Birds of Paradise are
love
also
it.
an old-time name for a high-priced prostitute. So,
Oh.
So hooker flowers.
So to get the flowers, we learned that Faux is petty.
Oh my
She is still mad from something anyone else would have gotten over by now because she is anti-Tiana. Ever since she picked Celia, she is dead to Faux. Dead.
They upped their game though on the graphics, their Amazing Race graphics, because now
Yes.
it flashes red.
Allison and Celia briefly get out of last place, but fail to maintain it for even 5 seconds, it feels like.
Not only are they last, they're laughably last, which is fun.
Then they head to their second location. I need to point something out that I am not sure exactly how this happened. So the botanical garden map shows 2 paths. One is labeled Way of the Bracelet.
Ooh.
And then another path was the way to the girl from Ipanema. Now, was this trickery that they were like, you get to choose which path, which maybe happened to Tiana and Amina? Or was something cut out where you also had to go pick up these bracelets to bring to the girl from Ipanema?
Maybe. And we know, just like watches, bracelets enrich your wrist.
Fun fact about the botanical garden: it was made to put all the flora that had been destroyed in the area, so all the native flora. When they did that, it attracted a huge amount of wildlife of their own volition. So birds in the trees, lizards and freshwater turtles in the waters, boa constrictors in the undergrowth, and mammals such as howler monkeys, marmosets, armadillos, and sloths just wherever they fucking want to be.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Can we do that? Can we just take a bunch of plants and get fun animals? So neither of you are going to respond to me asking if we can destroy the ecosystem.
Because I truly don't know.
Okay, fair
How would
enough.
I know?
How am I standing here to know?
JW, we don't want to be the guy that in Central Park released all the birds in Shakespeare's plays.
Oh my God, that's right.
Destroyed the wildlife. Why we have all these fucking starlings.
We should mention Natalie is hate this, right?
What? Yes,
No.
Alexander mentioned it in his quote, but Natalie, absolutely not. They're all insanely jet lagged. Celia also just says when she's tired, when she's upset that they're in last place, that she just wants to go to sleep.
Natalie is only fueled by Foe's hatred of Tiana.
Natalie understands hate as a concept.
How confused must they have been? I just love to picture this. The few who managed to figure out that the girl from Ipanema was someone else when they came running up and it was just Fernanda again.
I was confused. This was so weird.
We also saw a passing thing of a statue, and I thought, oh, they're going to the statue of the girl from Ipanema?
And so then Beth Stern walks out. I'm sorry. No, that's what it looks like walks out.
Elo Pinheiro.
Yeah.
How long did it actually take in real time for her to gracefully walk down those steps?
2 hours.
There were so many steps. She was not moving quickly. And by the time she gets to the bottom, the look on the contestants' faces is just, okay.
Cool. I will say that she is living a life that I think any of us would be blessed to live, which is just giving away keys to homes and getting 3 bouquets of flowers in return. What a magical life, truly.
I think it would surprise no one that the song was written about her when she was a child. She was 17 years old. And according to her, men would hoop and holler and whistle at her as she went to past this bar each day.
She did eventually get to make money off of it.
Eventually.
Because she opened a boutique and named it The Girl from Ipanema.
Okay.
The descendants of the songwriters tried to sue her and say that she wasn't allowed to use it. But then the songwriters came back and were like, no, she was involved. It's about her. Let her have the name. And she won the case.
That's good, at least.
Mm-hmm.
She's a huge kind of celebrity in Brazil.
Yeah, it seems like she's done a lot of jobs. She's a lawyer. She's a TV presenter. She owns a boutique. She's
She
a
and her
model.
daughter posed for Brazilian Playboy.
Yeah. And also
Like
seemed
good moms and daughters.
also seemed so nice.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
sweet. You wanted a hug from her in a way that was just like, oh, just it feels nice. We're finally like
The opposite end of the spectrum from Sierra.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Ready for the hugs. I don't know if we mentioned, but Fo and Natalie won.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Tiana and Amina somehow get last place.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how that happened.
They win.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Before we get to that, we get to what they win, because they're told it's going to be a surprise when they get to their hotel.
They're told it's something that we Brazilians love.
And I was like, you're getting waxed?
Ha, fun.
They arrive at their hotel, which is huge with the jacuzzi, but only 3 beds.
I thought it was a beautiful layout, though. All that
It is.
polished wood and the flowers and the fancy dining room.
I was about to say a
Upstairs.
gorgeous dining space. Yeah, and also they were just happy to have an elevator, probably.
But their price.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I want us to collectively prepare ourselves for thinking about this again, because this is the dumbest thing. I'm going to say it. This is worse than a dinner.
This is worse than a dinner.
Is it worse than a trophy that turns into a golem at night?
Slightly better, but not that much. Because you know what? There's still a foot-based golem.
They're like, you get Javiana flip-flops with Swarovski crystal,
Gabaski crystal.
which they say are $500, which is a lie because I looked it up and it's $98.
Yeah. You can
Seems
fully.
much more reasonable.
Also, you don't need that many flip-flops.
Also, they didn't get a second take of Fo trying to say crystal.
Can you imagine if she tried to wear them in paddle, how hard she'd get red?
This is my thing. This was not the prize, right? The prize clearly was like pick your bed because
Or something, yeah.
it seems like everyone got these sandals. It was just for everyone. Or maybe
There was
they
a
got
lot
the
of
crystal
them.
sandals.
There's a ton of beach wear just lying around the house too.
They
I don't
each
know how
got
y'all
bathing
felt about
suits.
those very large marble steps that had 6 disembodied mannequin torsos.
Yeah, they clearly the tourism board was like, put shit in there.
And
yet-
Natalie is impressed by none of it.
Natalie's like, what the fuck is this bikini?
When Natalie said of the botanical garden, I liked it. I just wouldn't fly back here to see it.
Where's this Natalie been? Where has Over It Natalie been?
I haven't seen anything special yet about Brazil.
Chomping on a pepperoni pizza.
And Celia will not let this happen.
My whole goal of the trip here was to get a tan.
She's already a model. Why?
Yeah.
Already working.
Yep. Celia hates this, though. She cannot get over the fact that Natalie isn't just foaming at the mouth for every single thing. And Celia's trying to be like that parent when the child is not having a good time on vacation. But look out the window. Look at how beautiful the buildings are. But
Look
yeah,
at
it's
how
like
ugly.
bright. Look at how bright and clear the buildings are.
they're glass buildings, completely see-through. And then Natalie responds with, yeah, but it's like, where's the beach, you know?
But agreed. Why are they not in Rio? Agreed, Natalie.
So funny. What are these little white dots on Fo's face? Are they
I
acne
wanted
cream?
to know
Acne.
too.
I
They're
think it's
fully,
acne
like,
things,
acne
right?
things.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cute. It
Yeah.
was just cute.
So, Correro de Tyra.
Great. Perfect.
Fight or flight.
You better give me both.
I'm going to call out Amina right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves cake, Amina. Everyone loves cake, not just fat kids.
Yeah.
And it's also, we just sent London home. I don't appreciate this energy.
It's the birthday dessert.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that phrase from people. That became like a thing for a while. She has seen that on
I know.
television or something. No, it's one of those phrases that looking back, we're like, why did we decide only fat kids enjoyed cake? It's cake.
It's cake. Everyone eats cake.
Yeah.
I'm going to call out Amina for saying photo shoot.
All
Why
right.
did you get the photo shoot?
How did you leap there?
Yeah. I love that Fo is so petty to Tiana now that even when Tiana shows joy, Fo goes, oh, I hate when you do that. And it was just Tiana like laughing.
I will say, I appreciate this Photoshop Tyra Brazilian postmaster look.
Hmm.
It's much better than bedraggled postmaster from the United States. Ugh.
Oh, my head.
I think the photoshopping was good though, of like how they put the mailbag in. They clearly
Yeah.
not there
Yeah, absolutely.
10 years ago when this photo was taken.
Next day, Amina debuts another great hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the black floppy one?
Mhm.
I love.
We get no location Tyrons in this episode,
Just
and it
Sao
makes me
Paulo.
crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Also, captions crunch. They always write Sao Paulo as capital S space capital O.
I think they must not have a function for accent marks.
Here's what's happening. I think, having dealt with this before, sometimes it does show up. And I think when it's in a different font, it's not rendering and they just didn't notice it. And so there's one font where the A with the accent works and one where it doesn't. And it is funny to me. Or not the accent, but it's the tilde.
So we meet the Capoeira crew led by Master Eddie Murphy.
I don't know why they put Master in front of his name in the Tyron like it was his first name.
Well,
Maybe it's his official title?
I think so. He was given the nickname Eddie Murphy because he was always smiling.
Aw.
Okay.
Like the Hollywood star. So I was like, that can't be his name. And I was like, oh good, it's not. His name is like Edison.
He at least spells his Eddie differently, which thank
Yes.
goodness
Yeah.
for your research.
I took capoeira in college.
Really?
I did. I took a semester of capoeira. It was one of our options for movement classes.
Good option.
I was terrible at it, not shockingly, but our instructor was great and like gave me points for working hard, which is always nice in a movement class where you don't have a natural aptitude for something.
Yeah.
And I think they do a really nice job, this crew, of showcasing in what little time they're given the athleticism and the grace that's needed. And he managed to make capoeira sound more relevant to modeling than Paulina did with acting.
Yeah, Eddie seemed really great.
Mhm.
I love the sentence that you need flexibility, confidence, and the ability to create drama.
It's so good.
Ooh.
I looked up capoeira. It has a fascinating history. It was enslaved people's, like they created it while they were enslaved.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And they basically like, they're like, oh, it's a dance. See, it's just a dance. And they were creating martial arts.
There's a whole culture of music that comes along with it too. It's really beautiful.
And my little research into it was that I love 2D fighting games, and there's usually at least one character that uses this martial art, and there was a top 10 list, and I watched all of those.
I definitely, there's a
Did
Tekken
they call out
character.
Tekken?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know they did.
Mm-hmm.
So Celia fully kicks Amina in the face.
Okay.
It was completely on accident, but teehee.
Tee-hee.
Tee-hee.
Celia figures out a capoeira pose and then does it over and over and over again, just like her normal pose.
Natalie doesn't figure out a capoeira pose.
Natalie doesn't figure out dunking.
Also, I have a question for you two.
Mhm.
Cartwheels are not hard, correct?
Not bad ones.
I'm not good at them, I'll say, but
Yeah.
like
But this
better
bad?
than track star Tiana.
It did not occur to me until that this might be the first time that we really have not had someone who is a dancer or
Yeah.
a yoga instructor or just good at moving.
Yeah, where's
Pilates
the Pilates?
Pilates and their off kilter body.
They go to a second location that I was really curious about because there's all this really cool sculpture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just wish we had gotten more information about it.
I want to mention the funny thing from Amina before we move on to the actual like photo challenge, as it's called, very specifically, where Amina of being kicked in the face says, "Hey, you do it once, it's an accident. If you do it twice, your legs get broken."
I mean, yes.
That is a range, though. That is fair. That is a very
Kick
good
me once,
version.
shame on me. Kick me twice, break your legs.
That is a perfect update to that. Thank you, Hannah.
The J's apparate into place,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. J's shirt is not the look.
What is
was
it?
on
What
it?
is it? I
It's-
thought it was like the overhead shot of like a disco, of like a disc, like a record, like with a
Yeah,
headphone.
I thought it was an abstract turntable.
Yeah, thank you. That was the word that I never got to.
Disc turner.
A disco, when it's an O and it's a disc.
The collar was what threw me with this shirt. This shirt did not need a collar.
It was a sweater, I think, right? Why would it have a collar?
Did you guys think you were just going to be fighting each other today? Well, guess what? You're not.
Yeah, they're like, we heard you, Tiana, last time where you realized the models were you. They introduced a photographer, Pascual Rodriguez, who is a big time photographer that was wasted on this challenge.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes,
God.
for real.
This is the equivalent of clicking your own
Yes.
photo while James St. James looks on. You didn't need to be here for this.
Absolutely. Also, this is exactly the Cycle 10 gladiatorial challenge, right?
Yes, it is.
Like,
Yeah.
except,
They
and
explained
I,
it the same way of, this is real photos.
yeah,
Except they had a more fun partner. I mean, no disrespect to our
I will say,
capoeira crew.
The
who were
capoeira
excellent.
crew, yeah, they were great in the sense that they adapted to whoever they were partnered with. If
Mhm.
they stopped, they posed and created an interesting shape.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just didn't get enough information about
At
anybody
all.
else in the crew.
yeah, and we didn't have anyone like in Cycle 10 afraid of them, like they all were of that giant man.
Tiana does not understand the challenge.
Yeah, she's just trying to do the capoeira correctly.
hmm I feel like anyone who goes first in this challenge always just gets it wrong.
And also, okay, with the fighting moves that you learn, I'm comparing it to the Cycle 10 challenge. So when the fighting moves, you're going to model because you're obviously not actually going to perform a sword fight, but you could actually do, as they were kind of being taught, like enough of a routine, a very basic version of this. So there are some people like Foe who eventually just stop moving and pose,
Yeah.
which is the correct thing to do, it seems.
Apparently.
But why would the other people not think, oh, this needs to be constantly in motion? Because that's very much what this martial art is.
Especially because it exists at this intersection of dance and martial art. You could see
Yeah.
how, in past in past cycles, there have been perform this dance challenges while you're getting your picture taken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think Allison changes it because it goes Tiana, who just does martial arts, and Allison's like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pose.
Right.
Allison clearly should have won this, right?
Yes.
Like, to me, Allison clearly had the best photo.
Yes.
She did have a very good photo.
I don't want to. Foe, I thought, did have the best body positioning, but her face was scrunched, like they said.
Yeah.
And Natalie fucking blows at this challenge. This sucks. Her photo sucks. She sucks. Her attitude, everything.
Natalie just doesn't want to be here anymore.
I did like Celia diagnosing her with like fatal need to be hot all the time.
And Amina's face in her photos.
Miss J does a pretty accurate impression.
Uh-huh.
It's real funny. Also, does Celia understand where a camera is? Because you can very easily move your hand out of the
Here?
front of your face.
Or here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Foe wins because drama.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was a
For
clear
sure.
second place.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So we're back to the nebulous percentile prize of 50% more frames. But wait, there's a twist because you're actually taking them from someone else. And that's too much math, I'm going to tell you right now. Now it's
Well,
like,
because there's a communal pool of frames that you have to divvy up.
yeah,
And normally it's equal.
it's a pie chart,
Yeah.
essentially. Oh, now I like it again. I love pie charts. But the point is that Fo gets her revenge because she's going to take them from Tiana this isn't manufactured. She says she picked Celia.
Yep.
So I guess screw her.
I mean,
Crazy
is Tiana
to
the
me.
right person to pick? Yeah.
Yes.
She's been doing really well
And
recently.
had the best picture last week.
Yeah.
Easily the front runner, it
But
feels like.
Fo, calm down.
It leads into their fight back at the hotel.
Of course it does.
I love Mr. J saying to Tiana, "Your shoot is now in half."
Is it? They are both right and also both wrong in this dumb fight.
Yeah, I don't know why Tiana is like pushing this. Just leave her be. Just cut your losses, walk away.
I think this is why we have not been seeing Tiana. I think Tiana gets too invested in things.
I could see that.
There is some like continuing storyline from the Talia fight.
From just her yelling into the ether.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense to me.
I literally, both of them are wrong and also a little bit right.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Fo's essentially alone. Tiana will always have Amina to vent to.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel bad that Fo is like the one who wants a friend in the house and seems kind of friendless.
Yeah.
Natalie is also friendless, but Natalie doesn't want a friend.
No.
Don't want a friend.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Fo gets stuck with Natalie as the third in the...
Oh, they must be sharing that bed together, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
And they should all be fighting to share a bed with Fo because she's the smallest.
Yeah. The tension as they leave the hotel the next morning with sighs deeply in the captions.
This was also where I was like, Tiana, this was that in the weeds energy.
Yes. Worry about yourself. Y'all worry about y'all self. Whoa.
They're all right behind you. You're walking in a line.
It is tense. It is that very, very, very familiar energy. If there was a fight the evening before, everyone went to bed grumpy. You woke up and you had no time to de-grumpify yourself, and there you are.
So they head to the favelas, which, as described, this is hyperbole, but isn't wrong. They're like, it's the poor neighborhoods built by the poors.
Yeah, that's only a slight hyperbole. That's only a slight exaggeration, Alexander.
I feel really uncomfortable about this photo shoot.
Yep.
For a number of reasons. Number one, it seems like they're exploiting this poor neighborhood. And also, they're exploiting Carmen Miranda.
I was really bothered by how the only information given about Carmen Miranda is fruit hat and sexy. Because if you do the barest 3 minutes on Wikipedia, you find out how big of a deal she was, how many firsts she was in America.
She was on Broadway.
Yeah. She was the first South American person to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah. And not even a passing mention of that. It'd be so easy to laundry list a bunch of those things.
And a couple things. The hat was her invention. That was something she created to say, like, she did it as like, this is how Americans probably think of, like, I'm going to lean into this to sell myself. Also, Jay brings up Chiquita Banana. Did you know that Chiquita Banana stole her image and then didn't pay her?
I've read that before.
And it's just, and also, if you ever want to eat a banana again, don't read about Chiquita Banana or Dole Banana. And don't ever read about fruits because they're terrible.
Guys, I know you're sitting on the edge of your seats wanting to do that deep dive banana research. Don't do it.
Do it. If you enjoy bananas, don't do that research.
Or as Tiana calls it, the Chica banana lady, which I love that she's never even heard the brand before.
Well, I think, Tyra 2 something has infected our various syllables.
The photographer is Daniel Klajmi.
But will you ever hear that last name? No.
Jay doesn't know it and won't say it.
And I think he thinks he can get away with it because it sounds like it's his friend if he just says, "We're a photographer." Daniel. Yeah, Danielle. Yeah. So funny.
Sutan gives the contestants more information about Carmen Miranda than the show does.
And of course, Allison asks, did she die a horrible death? And the answer is yes.
Yes,
she literally worked herself to death.
Yeah.
I mean, they were being fun in the moment, but
no, they were. But afterwards, I was like,
ooh.
No. She died a painful death. There was something fun about, like, I can imagine, though, Sutan and Allison always playfully doing more stuff in front of the other girls and making them uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure. They're troll. We both know they're trolls. Two of them.
Yeah.
And Alexander, you've already brought this up, and I'm going to bring it back again because we didn't go into it in depth. They're just walking through people's houses.
Yeah.
Walking through people's homes doesn't really seem like they care.
It is backdrop with zero context because they're not even like hiring the people to also be in the shots with them.
Not seemingly. Whenever you choose a real life location like this, whether it's Ellis Island or anything that we've seen on Top Model or just other, more successful photography outside of Top Model, it's a active choice you're making.
Yep.
So that photo is saying something, and my biggest problem with all of the skimming over Carmen Miranda's life and shooting in this place and not seemingly paying the people necessarily, or at least not talking about that and giving us such a quick little thing that almost despite the show Celia brings up, what was this photo trying to say? Because it really presented itself as just luxury in the middle of poverty.
Yep.
Yeah, because it also didn't connect to Carmen Miranda wasn't from here.
Right.
All you're doing is putting her in like them in fruit hat and a bandeau
Ruffled
top.
tops. Yeah.
And just being like, be sensual.
Well, kind of, because sometimes it's like, oh, you were too sexy. You were just sexy enough. Like, and then when the dog came in, they're like, oh, love that.
Love the dog.
Love the dog. Can we get the dog?
Amina is wearing more layers than this photo has. Like, it's ridiculous.
And in cycles past, we've seen them employ tour guides who could have maybe given both the contestants and the viewers some context. But I think they're just so like plucking whatever they want from a giant country and so many traditions that have nothing to do with the place that they're actually in, that it would be almost impossible for someone to make it make sense altogether.
And Hannah and I have bonded recently over this current season of Top Chef, which I know you're watching as well, Alexander, but it's JW and Hannah's very first mono text chain. Yeah. And they've done such a good job this season of Top Chef, but also in general, I think, of really like exploring the history and letting people from a certain area speak on the food and the context and all that stuff.
Culture,
and
tradition.
Being very reverent of stuff in a way that I wish Top Model did. And I know, and we know they can.
Yes.
They don't want to put in the work anymore.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. They just want it to be, they even say the word, this is supposed to be provocative at some point. And I'm like, but how so?
Rich and poor.
Yeah.
Which they really upped with Natalie, talking about the safety of the neighborhood.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
I will say this, though, and this is a little spoilery to like Natalie's update, but I noticed that with that whole thing, and look, Natalie seems like she's often a piece of garbage on the show, but we didn't see one talking face during that entire seemingly very stitched together multiple interviews getting one word, the phrase poor area here, I don't know. There was something about that that was real fishy to me.
I could see that.
Yeah.
We learned that Tiana gets 25 frames, so we know that each model gets 50 frames, and Foe gets 75.
Tiana saying she's not mad at Foe over and over again really makes it seem like she's mad at Foe.
Yeah, she's mad. She's mad.
Well, they're sitting not very far away, and Foe's like, I think they're talking about me because I can hear them talking about me.
Well, this is when Amina is wearing more layers, and I'm like, are you still cold? How are we still New York cold?
Mr. J implies that Allison doesn't get laid. And I would like to say that it is clear that Allison is a little kinkster. Come on now.
She's a dom.
How dare you, Mr. J?
We know a fetish, and it's nosebleeds.
Come on.
We've been given this information by the show. I did like Tiana's attitude of, I just think of it as a regular photo shoot and that I have as many frames as anyone else. That is the way.
That is the way to do it.
You should go about that. And I do like the shout out to an actual brand of denture cream, Polident. Got rid of that Polident smile. That was the rare moment of a Mr. J jab that was funny.
Well, he goes right back against that because
I know.
Talking about Foe, did anyone else seem to think that his points about Foe had really to do with the fact that she's Latinx? Where she's like, he's like, too Carmen Miranda. she's being too over the top, on crack, a drag queen. Like, what are you talking about?
But there's also this moment, and I'll be the first to say maybe this was me and my brain putting this together. But when Fo comes up and Mr. J starts, well, you obviously have an advantage of 50% more frames. I was like, oh, okay. But I don't know. I just don't trust the show anymore. And so I was like, oh, is he saying because of her background?
Yes, I think he was.
Oh boy.
Fo is confused, and I would be too.
Yes.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't either, Fo.
Nope.
And Jay's not telling her.
Nope. I don't think they knew what they wanted from this. And the panel further bolsters that idea.
We also, in addition to now having heard it called the photo challenge, hear Mr. J call it the teaching challenge.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Natalie predicts that the show might screw her over by saying, I think it'll be hard to find a bad picture. As if she's saying they're going to attempt to find a bad picture, and I think it'll be hard for them too.
Welcome to our ugly home.
Reddit is back for a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house. This place is mayhem. That is impressive.
And if these walls could talk,
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
they'd have a lot to say.
What in God's name is this pit?
Don't get too close.
You know, if you see the show, I'm a scaredy cat.
Ugliest House in America season premiere Wednesday at 8 on HGTV.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Visit Blinds.com now for up to 45% off site-wide and free professional installation. Rules and restrictions apply.
In the panel, they zoom past these children so quickly because they know that they're the stars, so we cannot see the children.
Once you plant seeds of success, your tree will bear fierce fruit.
I have a question for the group. Because this has been a heavy episode, so I want to do something. I want something fun. Let's cleanse that palate. What do you think the fiercest fruit is?
Dragon fruit.
I think that's good. I'm gonna say star fruit.
Also good.
All right. Very fierce. I love its addition as a decor item in a fruit salad.
Grapefruit. They're good. They're round.
Double. Oh man. So listeners, that P.O. box, if you want to send us a fruit salad that's just dragon fruit, star fruit, and grapefruit.
What a weird fruit salad.
That's the acid I need.
Tyra is still in full secretary there, and it feels weird in Brazil.
Yeah, it feels like she's committed to this storyline really hard. Or she had some exclusive deal with this one designer that she had to wear the same outfit 5 times.
No.
Also, this side swoop. Ooh.
Well, it bothers her, as we'll see later, because she can't stop thinking it out of her face.
I couldn't figure out what Fo's outfit reminded me of, and it finally dawned on me near the end. She is wearing the literal exact colors of the pansexual flag.
Oh, she is.
Hey.
And I tried to look up exactly, because it's the 3 primaries, but it's a very specific shade.
It's like
of them.
magenta.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the
super pigmented.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, when did that start? And it got, the pansexual flag got commonly used in the 2010s. So it's probably a little late. I don't think this was a purposeful moment, but I was like, what is this color combination reminding me of?
This room is so bright.
Woo. Nigel is wearing his best bird of paradise shirt.
Yeah, why is he on safari?
He also got tan.
Yeah.
I feel like his we talk
Lena
later.
got tan as well. There is some suspicious things happening about tanning this episode.
Also, I cannot wait to, now that we brought that up, to talk about what they say to Amina and to be like, Amina's not the one who needs to be talked about getting in the sun too much.
Allison is right there.
Really quickly, I wanted to say Fernanda looks stunning. She is wearing the most gorgeous pair of
You
earrings.
just had a dress for a panel.
Absolutely. I always like it when they go to I like this tradition that they've started when they go to an international destination and the first person they meet, as well as the first guest judge, is a host of the international version of Top Model. That is a good updated tradition.
Yes.
America's Next Top Model. That is fun.
We also learned that it's now in over 120 countries.
Who are those holdouts?
Tyra Sambas to her seat.
Oh.
Stop.
That is so fun. Oh, you know what's interesting? I just looked this up real quick. So 120 countries. Right now, there's a little over 190 officially recognized countries. So that means Top Model's fully in 2/3 of the world.
Whoa!
That's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amina is first.
And we get Tyra explaining, sitting right there, 2 seats down from Fernanda, that favelas are kind of like the hood kind of in Brazil here.
I bet that's the breath in and breath out Fernanda had to do as well.
Yeah, they cut away from her face very quickly.
Yeah, very purposely so. I think Amina's skin looks gorgeous. I do think she's put something like a lotion or something maybe on her because it seems to be like glistening a little bit more. Maybe that's also just what skin does. I have not great skin, so I do not know this. But then when Tyra goes on this health PSA, when I don't think that's what Tyra meant. I think Amina called out what Tyra meant. And Tyra backpedaled. But I'm like, everyone here's gotten sun. The panel is all tanned up.
Paulina loves it and says that her skin looks like lacquer. And then uncaptioned follows that with, it's delicious.
The delicious lacquer.
Love that wood stain.
Yes.
The photo is okay.
Yeah.
Better than last week's.
Yeah, I think she's styled well.
She looks amazing in white.
Yeah.
She also continues to take makeup well, but here's the thing. I actually think they might have accidentally gotten their way into what is happening. I think Amina does think she's doing more than she is.
Yes.
And then she is like, but I'm pushing and I'm doing all this stuff. And they're like, you're just not. Like, it's not translating, at least.
We have a lot of defensive people in the panel today.
Yeah.
Yes.
In my defense, I did move around. No, you didn't. I did love Tyra's tone for that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. No, you didn't. It's like fine, but like it's not top 6.
No.
Yeah.
You are beautiful and you are boring.
I'm not boring. Well, not as a person, as a model.
Natalie is next.
Talk about someone who's about to call out the show.
Let's look at your Chiquita picture. Oh, is that what it was, Tyra?
Cool.
She blames Jay, and I think it is true.
Yeah.
For sure.
And she is really specific with what she's saying. She was like, I started to move. And he said, go back. He said to go back for 50 frames. He did. He was like, these are gorgeous. These are great.
I believe her, but she is smiling the smile of someone who is not reading the room.
Yes.
That is very true. I think Natalie's fully done.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that
Natalie wants a vacation in Brazil where she doesn't have to deal with these people anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants what Sheena got last season, 2 weeks in Brazil free. And also, I'm going to say it. This picture, is it the best one of the bunch? No. Is it, again, a Natalie? Perfectly fine. If this came across her desk as a fashion editor, you'd probably put it in a spread of several pictures. Yep.
Yeah.
Your classic middle shot.
And she was the only one who had to sit.
Yeah.
Which is just less to be able to do.
Celia's next. There had to be a better picture, right?
This looks like her first picture. It looks like she hasn't started modeling yet.
She looks so different, too. The light's hitting her in a way that her face looks like not...
Her hat is in her face.
I do like her legs. The little crossed feet.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a different pose for her. In a different face.
It's definitely a different face.
I think Tyra chose this photo because there's kids in it.
Nigel says, when you hear silence at the judging panel, you offer us an adjective to describe yourself with. And I say that she has to get the most out of that Glamorly subscription.
Sultry.
Also, we know that the best gift you can give someone in Top Model is an adjective. Now, I will say the kids playing soccer in the background that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they didn't get paid and that sucks,
Yeah.
but like, it does make this an active shot in a way that Celia wasn't doing.
And I think it makes you see that this whole shoot could have been cool if any thought had been put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Allison is next. This is great head to toe.
Yep.
This is great. I love it. I think it's ridiculous that now they act like they love this face when it is kind of still the same face.
It's the same face as her hot pink color fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got different makeup. It looks very different in context, and she is doing something different with her body.
Absolutely.
Which makes it tell a different story, but she hasn't actually changed her face.
At all. It also sells the shoes hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And the bracelets.
I was about to say the bracelets, too. And I remember even those bracelets, like, be bopping all around while she was shooting. I'm like, oh, those seem cumbersome.
They gave her a beige top in front of a beige wood door.
And somehow still pops out.
Foe is next. Nigel tells her to smile more.
Right.
Sexy, confident, and bookable.
This picture is fine, and they didn't know what they wanted.
I like it. It's slightly literal, I guess, but it's the only one where from far away you're like, oh, Carmen Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with that, it's such a different face than what Foe has given before. This is such a wonderful, like, close-up shot, beauty shot of her face at an interesting angle for Foe that we have not seen yet, because she tends to do a lot of straight on.
Yeah.
That's definitely her go-to. And so I was pretty happy with this. And I'm sorry, they didn't know what they wanted from this. And it's a Carmen Miranda thing, and she went super literal, and I'm just not that mad at it.
No. Also because no one else did. So at least makes it in a spread. You would want one person to do that.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And is it that far away from Allison's? I don't think really.
I don't think so either. It's a shame that you can't see the jewelry better since it's black on black.
Yes.
True.
But I think she looks beautiful.
And Tiana's last, the dress that she comes up to.
That's what I sleep
panel.
in.
Do you, Tyra?
Looking like an old housefrau.
This photo, I have a problem because her arm has disappeared.
Gone.
Where did it go?
And it feels like it should be right on her hip.
Yes.
Right? It feels like it should be right on her hip for this position because everything else about it I like. And she, again, ended up with a coincidentally great kids in the background shot. Them running and laughing right behind there. Like, this could have been so good. And it still mostly is. Like, her face is undeniable.
Yeah. Just the
Yeah,
arm.
what happened to her arm?
Gone are the days of Janice.
Right.
Which one of you is rotten fruit?
Yeah.
We didn't mention it when we were talking about Foe, but the girls are all sick of the judging panel. And when Foe's outfit gets criticized, she's like, really? I think I look bright.
Good for you, Foe.
Yeah. Oh, is this the first time we're hearing Tiona?
Yep.
Okay. Private panel. What was cut out of this? Because I don't think it was just Jay in this private panel.
No, I think, well, Tyra said it when Tiana first walked up.
She said Tiona. It was liked, but it was audible.
And I bet you Tiana corrected her and we didn't see it.
And we had heard about that in that video that we watched when we weren't sure of the pronunciation. And we did what Tyra should have done and looked up any information about this. And then, according to that interview, Tiana said, oh, she tried to, in my opinion, express it in a cute way of like, my mama named me this. So I'd really appreciate when she watches this, she'll want it pronounced correctly, which is a fun way to do it. And she knows to trigger Tyra with mama stuff. And so now Tyra's like correcting it. But yeah, Miss J is giving one of those Neutrogena kind of things with like Daytona, Tiona, like, ugh.
But they make it seem like it's Jay who's
just Jay.
Yeah, the editors and Tyra, it feels like, have it in for Miss J this cycle a little bit.
And they let slip. Miss J says she delivered a nice picture for a change. Because gaslighting, there's a glimpse of the real behind what's going on.
I feel like this whole panel was we can't edit away the real stuff that's happening.
Paulina
with the panel
refers to Allison as it. Whoever dragged it in actually got it right.
Oh my God.
This panel. Is everyone jet lagged? And they're also so tired and grumpy? Did they all have to do this race?
I also wrote down, I have not watched past this at this point. Uh-oh. They remembered Celia's old.
You can hear the crow cock twice in the background.
And Tyra goes on this whole thing about Tiana. Tyra goes into this whole thing while talking about Tiana. She has model features. And I think it is so important, Nigel. It's the reason that I created America's Next Top Model. It opens up the definition of what beautiful is, or what pretty is. Are we trying to act like Tiana isn't beautiful when you look at her?
Ridiculous person for you to make that about. And you've already tried to make that about Allison, which makes a little bit more sense.
But even still, that's not about Allison anymore. Allison had a good picture. She's done.
Yeah.
Also, we never saw last week's. This is where didn't see last week's digital art in their hotel room. Wasn't there.
Didn't you? Yep. Nope.
Didn't even glimpse it in the background. Call out order. Allison gets first call out.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then Tiana. Sure.
Yeah.
And then Faux.
Yeah.
Good.
Shocked
I
that
was
she
so
got third.
worried for her during this
too.
whole thing when Mr. J was being himself on her shoot.
I think it's funny. I re-listening to some of our episodes from earlier this cycle, and every time Folk gets called, we're like, how? Because we're just like so shocked by how the show treats her.
Well, we didn't talk about it, but Nigel in private panel was like, so extreme. Whoa. I'm like, where?
I wish everyone could have seen your hand gestures for that.
Whoa.
You were doing the Tiana move from the commercial of like wrist pain to head pain.
Then Celia is out of the bottom two, leaving Amina v. Natalie.
I would have made it Celia via Mina.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, but they are Natalie's like, I'm going to go home.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or I'm going to go stay in a different room without those other 5 women.
The judges look at you and go, wow, she's an obvious model.
Yes. And then when Tyra sends Natalie home, she says, remember what you learned from Mr. J. And I said, what? What?
It's really funny to me that when Natalie is saying goodbye to the other contestants, we hear her say, bye, Allison.
And then, thank you anyways.
When she says thank you anyway.
And as she heads out the door, she says, I'm still asking myself why I'm going home.
Yeah.
And you know what? I get it. This is the second week in a row that Amina has had the worst photo.
And Natalie just basically said like deuces and left.
This is so okay. So her name is Natalie Pack, and there is a lot to unpack.
Whoa.
I actually have too many updates for Natalie. Okay, so I'm going to tell our pod lead-em listeners, our lead-em pod, do yourself a flavor. And
I hate you so much.
just go on your own color evolution by Googling Natalie Pack, because there is so much. Okay. So on Instagram, she lists herself, her handle's Natalie Pack, P-A-C-K, but she lists herself as Natalie O'Connell. So I don't know if there's a name change for a married or something like that. She describes it as a personal blog. She is LA based with with pretty management.
Wow. Wow. The most on-brand thing.
So on-brand. She also is also a photographer now, because apparently she's just going to become a photographer if she can't get them to like one of her photos. And she's also a realtor with the Pack team. So I think she's in charge, or it's a family business. She has over 150,000 followers, and they are engaged. And I'm going to say this. You know how so often we talk about, wow, they look the same, they're still gorgeous, like all that kind of stuff. She looks even better. Natalie looks stunning.
Ditch that brunette.
She's got more of a kind of a dirty blonde thing going on now. I know.
Jesus Christ.
Working
Sexy
model who is working.
Stunner from Palos Verdes.
Right? Oh my goodness. So there's also an article that I won't get into too much where she sued Guess for late payments. And I couldn't find the result of it, but it was to the tune of over $1 million. And it was because they broke contract and didn't pay her within 30 days of like many photo shoots she did with them.
Oh.
And also, Natalie's such a Guess jeans model that tracks so hard to me. But I couldn't find the result of that. So maybe, if you're a listener and you're interested in that. And then, of course, so many folks wanted to talk about. It's kind of like this. It's similar to how Psycho 9 Victoria had a bigger altercation with Twiggy, or not so much an altercation, but like there was more that happened during that whole prickly gate thing. There was a lot that happened in this panel with Natalie because Natalie apparently, according to multiple interviews, and I'm heavy paraphrasing, there's so much on this that people can read individually, but she not only yelled at Tyra, she yelled at every individual judge, and she yelled at members of the crew and called them out for specific things.
That's why she said, bye, Allison.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I hate this.
Yeah, absolutely. And they edited it all out. And there was an interview that with Amina and Fo where they say, like, look, she, while she was on the show, was entitled. And they think that makeover thing was the start of it when she didn't get a makeover. But they were like, we're on good terms now. And what she said, it seems like all the other contestants agreed. It
probably wasn't.
And the uprising that Celia wanted to happen, Natalie actually did.
Wow.
Was like, and I think that's why the energy of this whole panel
is weird.
Is a lot of, from the show's perspective, back talking to the panel. And I think Natalie was just getting like ready to go. And once she was eliminated, she was like, no, absolutely not. Fascinating. So again, I'm heavy paraphrasing. And this is coming from interviews that weren't Natalie directly talking about this. There was so much on Natalie that like we had to start recording this episode at some point. But like, look it up. It's interesting. It's interesting.
To JW's point, I might be the Natalie because I also am one, if things are fucked up, to be like, I'm not putting up with. Especially
I think
in a
you are,
professional
honestly.
setting.
Yeah.
Well, it makes so much sense if you think about dropping a working model who is working into the middle of this show.
Yes.
And then being like, this is not what it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. And she also has some other quick information. She was Miss California USA, and it was the very first time she had ever been in a beauty pageant. She won the title.
Of course.
And then she got engaged to her boyfriend, actor Aaron O'Connell. So that's where the O'Connell comes from. And they were married in Italy, which is, I'm sure, where she actually wanted to go for this international destination.
She's like, I already have agencies asking me to be in Italy.
Absolutely. And she also, in 2018, announced on Twitter and Instagram that she passed a real estate exam, was looking forward to working with her father. That's the PAC team. And yeah, so Natalie has a great update.
Amazing life. Yeah.
Yeah. So, however you personally feel about her, I think that's very astute that putting someone who is a model into this competition is a bad thing to do. And I wonder if in the future,
stop that,
we will see less people who have modeling experience. And I even wonder if that's why this petite season happened next cycle. They're like, oh, this will be a lot of people who theoretically, because of the modeling industry, won't have as much experience, just baseline.
And that's what the show should be, even though they shouldn't be doing it so they can abuse people.
Right.
But it should be taking people who have not had any success with this yet.
Yeah.
And teaching them how to be models.
Yeah. This is one of the only shows where it's about, and it's what makes America's Next Top Model interesting, is that it's not a show like Top Chef where people come in and they already own restaurants. They already are like
nominees.
Exactly. These are folks who, because of what modeling kind of is, are young and might have an innate talent for it, but can be theoretically taught to get better. And it's one of the few shows that is that, because it's one of the few abilities and talents that I think you can show progression in that way.
I didn't hate Natalie. Was Natalie my favorite person? No.
I find her easier to respect than like.
Yes.
Was she entitled? Was there some classism? Yes. Did she say some stuff that was not appropriate? Absolutely.
We'll stand by microaggressions in a trench coat.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. But I never really hated Natalie all that much either. And I think part of it was just that, like, at the end of the day, she was a fine model.
Yeah.
And seemed like she knew when to stay out of the drama in terms of some of the stuff the show threw at her. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering all the time she was involved, because Hannah's giving me a hand of like,
I mean, she specifically centered herself in a fight that she had not been a part of.
Yeah.
That's true. She was our new challenger that entered. So I just think it's funny that with interviews, people rarely mention her, but they mention like Sandra. And I think Sandra ended up taking some of the heat off of what could have been the most irritating person in the house via Natalie. And then there was this whole thing with Celia and like then Talia and all this stuff. And I think Natalie was just a spoiled brat, but that wasn't as interesting as the real like fights that were happening.
Well, it seems like she didn't really care enough to be a villain.
No, she was like, I'm going to get some shots from my portfolio that I already have.
And a tan, cross my fingers, a tan.
That's why she was so pissed that she was in New York for the winter.
I was about to say, the moment this cycle became in New York instead of LA, Natalie was like, oh, that's not what I wanted.
She had not in New York. That's where Natalie and I differ.
Yeah, right.
But if you think we differ from other podcasts, you should rate, review, and subscribe to this one. We love hearing from you, your hot takes, your iced tea. I think that's the first time I've transitioned off myself. You can also reach out to us at podleadum.com, where you can send us emails.
And I have a really good one, a really good email. This is a really fun one. And it's another top model contestant name because it's from a Camille.
Ooh, she likes circles?
Sort of, actually. Because the subject line is, I learned how to play volleyball from Raina.
Circles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm listening to your podcast in order, but wanted to write before I forgot. I went to Minnetonka High School and was a freshman in high school when Raina was a senior, Raina from a future cycle. And she was on the varsity volleyball team. And I went to volleyball day camp hosted by the high school. I remember playing icebreaker games with her at the camp. Also, unrelated, but you mentioned Amanda Cycle 3 modeled for webs, but you didn't know what it was. I can't find proof, but it's possible she modeled for all capital letters webs, which is a yarn store with a huge online presence. I don't know if you ever figured it out, but I want to throw this out there. You know, she didn't say this, but I think it's Camille's conspiracy, since that's what I immediately thought of. And there's nothing that makes more sense to me than Amanda from Cycle 3 modeling yarn.
A knitted poncho.
On that same note, you can also use the hashtag PodLeadum, just like a listener did, to tell us that Amanda's son, the magical child, Shavulf, was on Go-Sees in New York.
With Molly Sue.
With Molly Sue.
Also, we got an update via Twitter about the America's Next Top Model Bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And it was incredible. They had a wall of all their like pictures. They had t-shirts with a bunch of famous quotes from the show. It truly felt like something that the three of us might devolve into at one time in the best possible way. So thank you for sharing that. That was I'm so glad we got that update.
You can find me anywhere at Get Charming.
I'm on Instagram at Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm on Twitter at JW Crump.
And once again, be sure to use the hashtag PodLeadum so that we can see those cute updates and theories and all sorts of stuff. So for PodLeadum, I have been Alexander Price.
I'll be Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm JW Crump.
And we'll see you on top.
PodLeadum is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.